Hello crafty friends, welcome to another background busting video. This is also a video for my Facebook group's March sketch challenge. If you'd like to join in with that, then do come over to my Facebook group. This is the sketch that we'll be working with. We've got a horizontal band running along the top of the card and then 3 oval shapes attached to that band with a sentiment to the right of that. So these oval shapes don't have to be oval, they're just there to represent 3 things that are kind of hanging from that area, and I thought I would do leaves. So I've got 3 different leaf dies and I've chosen a variety of papers to work with that remind me of leaves. So I've got some greens here. Now I made these ages and ages ago using some Catherine Pooler inks. I just squished the ink pad down onto the card to make some rectangular impressions in greens. So I'm going to die cut these leaves from this. So those have all cut through nicely. I'm going to put those to one side and I'm going to take some more card here and die cut some leaves from these smushy backgrounds. So I've got a teal, a green, and this is a darker teal than that. These I made, well, I know I made this in my smushing video with acrylic paint, not sure about the other 2. I'm actually not putting a shim in with these because I'm not bothered if they don't cut through properly, because I'm thinking I might keep them whole like that and not poke out the bits. So it's got some pattern embossed in it. And I've got some autumnal leaf colours here, just trying to decide what to cut it out from, whether to use, I think I might just use this piece for all 3 leaves. This has got some gold embossing on it, and it was definitely made during one of my 22 ways to smush videos. So with these leaves, I'm just going to turn them over and see if they need holding together on the back. That one doesn't. None of the individual bits have cut through properly. Same with that one mostly. I'm going to pop a little bit of double-sided tape down the bottom there and a little bit up there, and that will just hold the bits in that might be in danger of falling out. Same on this one. And you can trim the overhanging bits off with a pair of scissors. You don't have to use double-sided tape, you could just use washi tape or sticky tape. Now with these, where I did cut through properly, I'm wondering about backing them with vellum and seeing what they look like, or I can back them with a different colour piece of card to make them solid. I'm wondering about backing them with this background. We'll give it a go. It's quite busy and I'm hoping they're not going to get lost, but you never know until you try, do you? So I'll put some glue there, dip my glue dotter in it. If you want to know how to make a glue dotter, there is a video linked below in this video's description. And I shall just cut these out quickly. I think those will work quite well actually. I don't think it's too busy at all. With these, let me have a look which one I want on top. I'm thinking the kind of dullest one in the background and then the brightest one on top. And I may ink around the edges of those, I think. Now these 3, I think again, I might ink around the edges just to give each leaf its own shape. This is bundled sage. Just add a little bit onto there. And I'll just go over the top as well, just because I think the kind of embossing, the cut lines will catch that in an interesting way. These 2 can have a bit of peacock feathers. Yeah, happy with those? These 3 can each have a bit of orange, doesn't matter that it's the same orange. Right, on my sketch, I've got a band that goes across the top of the card there. I'm going to use this background here. I think this was from my 21 ways with pigment powders video. I think that will work with all of the colours. Rightio, we've got 3 sets of leaves, 3 strips, 3 panels cut and 3 card blanks. So this is one of my backgrounds. I think this was a pigment powder video, the 21 ways with pigment powders. and I think it might be the same pigment powder that I use for the strip. So I thought that would work quite well. Now on the sketch, I've got the strip extending all the way across to the edge of the card, but I think I'm only going to have it extending all the way across the panel. And with any sketch, you can interpret it and change it in any way you like. So you could use it as is like that, like I'm kind of doing today. You could maybe do a landscape version, or do it that way up and maybe have 3 flowers or something. What I want to do today is to add this onto this background. I'm going to use my T-square ruler just to get it lined up nicely. Make sure it's straight. And I'll trim off the overhang. Right, so that's going on the front of the card like that. Now I just need to decide which leaves will look best against that colour. I think any of those would work with that, and I'm just going to go with the ones that are in my hand. Right, they're all stuck down now, and what I've got here is a little bit of embroidery thread. Pop a little loop in there, a slip knot, put it around the leaf stems, pull it tight, and then just wrap that round. But before I do that, I'm just going to put a dot of glue behind it so that it will hold it in place. And tie that off, just to give the leaf bits a proper end. There we go, I think that works. I'll do the sentiment at the end. So this is just a piece of smooth white card that I die cut with the stitched rectangle panel, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine with this falling leaf embossing folder. So that's now got some lovely texture on it. And I'll stick this down in exactly the same way as I did with the other one. Might put it slightly further down the card. Right, I popped that on a card blank just using some tape runner, and I can add a bit of glue to the double-sided tape that was already there. So for this one, I'm going to tie, in inverted commas, my leaves together with a bow. So I've die cut 2 bows out of a scrap of the paper that I used for the strip, and I've snipped off the ribbon ends on this one because I want it, when I've dipped it in the glue, to sit on top. Oops, that's upside down. Actually, it doesn't matter, it can go either way because it just looks like there's more than one layer there, which is what I want. So we've got that there. Now I just need a little knot, and I'll do that by punching out a little hole. I'll use this hole punch, stick that on there, and now I've got a little bow which I can add glue to and stick that over there. So now they're held together with a little cardstock bow. I'll do the sentiment at the end. I'm going to assemble these before I put them on the card. I want to layer them 1, 2, 3. With these I've done 1, 2 and then the middle one on top, but with this one I want the right hand one to be on top, and I'm doing it now before I forget that that's what I want. If you want your strip to have the stitching on it, then stick your strips onto your panel before you cut your panel out. For this one, I've just tied a little bit of jute twine into a bow, dipped it in glue, and it can just sit on top of there. Right, I've stamped some sentiments onto some white card and die cut them out with stitched rectangle die, and they can go on there as per the sketch. And here are the 3 finished cards based on this sketch. We've got quite a busy card with a busy background. This one's less busy, there's texture in the background with the embossed leaves, and this one's very clean and simple, lots of empty untextured white space there. I like the variation in colour on these leaves, even though that green is not really my cup of tea when it comes to greens. I do like these orange leaves. These are really up my street colour-wise, but they're a bit plain. And I'm wondering about covering the leaves in crystal glaze and then sprinkling on a little bit of glitter. Now I'm not sure if I've got enough crystal glaze left in this bottle to do this. Maybe I'll just do the top leaf and see if I like it, and then if I do like it and I want to do some more, I'll do the other 2 leaves. So I find the way to do this with crystal glaze is to go around the edge of the shape right up to the edge, and then you can flood the centre. And here I've got some chunky iridescent glitter. I'm going to sprinkle that on, and it will sink in to the crystal glaze, but it won't lose its glitteriness. I think that'll do. So we've busted some backgrounds and some bits of backgrounds and created 3 cards based on this month's sketch. Don't forget, do come along to my Facebook group if you'd like to share photos of the cards that you make based on the Sketch Challenge sketches. You can download the Sketch Challenge sketch from the link in the video description. I hope this video has given you plenty of ideas to play with. If it has, please do let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you back here very soon for another video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.